What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Nintendo Land. Now, I'm sure most of you guys have heard the latest within the Smash Brothers community and everything that's been going on with Melee. And if you haven't understood or really heard anything about it, I'm going to give you a quick kind of rundown and summary about what's going on. So the Smash Tournament, the Big House, is something that happens pretty much every year. And Smash Ultimate is there, or whatever Smash game that's out at the time. But obviously, it's hard to play Melee online. You know, since everything is quarantined and online, Melee normally is there as well, but people are actually there live being able to play the game. Well, clearly there's, no way to do that right now. We're in quarantine, and the best way to do that is to play games online. Well, Melee is a Nintendo GameCube game, and it's impossible to run online because clearly GameCube games don't do that. Well, there's a mod out there that allows you to do that. It's actually a really well-known mod, but Nintendo pretty much shut it down. You could kind of expect this to happen. Nintendo is definitely not new to this. We know that they're not consumer-friendly 90% of the time, but yes, they shut it down. They didn't want it happening because it was using some type of ROM hack, and it was their game in the midst of all that. So, kind of the organization itself, Big House, fired back and said, no, we should be able to use this. And then Nintendo sent them a cease and desist, which pretty much straight up said you can't have anything Smash related at this event. So that got rid of Ultimate as well. People are furious. They're outraged. They're all over Twitter. You're seeing free Melee, free Smash, free Melee. And under every single post or everything Nintendo puts out, you can see this free Melee, free Smash. And, lots of people have been asking me to kind of talk about it and talk about what's going on. But I think there's more than what we think is going on. Obviously, we know Nintendo is a company that loves doing this because they don't want any of their games mixing up or, getting mushed up with mods or anything like that. And it's nothing new. Nintendo has been doing this for years, especially with game projects that people have been making. They'll make a game and it'll literally just have a Mario character in the game, and Nintendo will immediately shut it down. An example of this is Dreams. Lots of people were creating Dreams levels from PlayStation with Mario involved, and automatically, immediately Nintendo shut them down. Obviously, it's another game company. It makes sense though if you think about it with Sony, but it just goes to show you that whatever you create with Nintendo, people are going to shoot it down. There was somebody on Twitter I saw the other day that made some really cool Super Smash Brothers and old classic Mario magazines, and Nintendo shut them down. They didn't actually publish the magazines; they were just artwork. But Nintendo, made them take their artwork off Twitter. That's just how Nintendo works, and it's weird. They don't like the public, the general public, really doing anything with their IPs that they could technically make a profit from, or do something on the rerouting end of using mods within their games. And that's why Nintendo tried for years to shut down Smash mods, where people created character skins and different stage assets. But yes, this is a case of Nintendo being Nintendo. We see this all the time, like I said. But I think it's more than that as well. I think it's a way for Nintendo to make money off of a brilliant idea, but for themselves. And this sounds completely non-consumer friendly and a completely bogus business move to do, but this is exactly what I think they're doing. We've had evidence of this before, and I'm sure there's more than I'm even thinking of right now, but one that's just on the top of my mind and what's recently have been going on is the Mario 100, which was a Mario Brothers Battle Royale that was out about a year ago, and everybody was playing it. It was trending around the internet, and everybody was giving it a try. It was just 100 Marios online, and it was whoever could finish the game first wins, and whoever's last standing wins. It was a Mario Battle Royale. And of course, a couple days later, Nintendo completely takes it down because, of course, it's using their IP and it's using some type of online services with the original Mario Brothers, and they're not allowed to do that. And, technically there could be profit from that, even though the company or the people weren't even making profit from the game. It was just a fun little project that they worked on. Nintendo shut it down. And lots of people just said Nintendo just hates fun. They just don't want people to come up with, more creative things than them. But what happens a year later? For Mario's 35th anniversary, we get announced Mario 35, which is 35 online playable Marios battling it out to see who's the last one standing or who finishes the game first. Of course, Nintendo makes it themselves. Now, they could have been working on this for a very long time, or they could have completely stole the idea. We would never know, but it's just very weird that happened a complete year right after they took down the fan-made project, and then here you go, Nintendo has their own Mario Battle Royale. Everybody goes crazy over it, everybody loves it, but people seem to forget that this started off as a fan project, and this is something that we also got to think about. Is Nintendo stealing ideas and using them for themselves, finding better ideas for themselves? Because if you think about it, there is going to be a, competition market for that. There's going to be, problems. That's why they've been taking down the Mario 64 emulated in ROMs and, creations that people have been making, simply because, look, they brought 64 to the Switch. They want you to buy their product, not the, other consumers, not the other producers of these games. So am I saying that Nintendo's going to release Smash Bros. Melee, remake or HD or something in the future? very well possibility. You know, and I know lots of people actually have been asking for this, and, you know, I can see this eventually happening. People are going to be, you know, super happy, but at the end of the day, it's still kind of scummy, you know, because Nintendo is taking these ideas off of people. You know, people are kind of upset, you won't do this, Nintendo, then we will. And then Nintendo sees it, lots of people love it, Nintendo gets jealous, Nintendo copies the idea and does it for themselves. Now, I'm not saying Nintendo is just bad here, I'm just like bashing the company all the way. They just don't make smart consumer choices. They don't. And I just know with, you know, this is something in me that makes me think that one day we're going to see a Smash Bros. Melee HD or remake, and this is going to be like, this was the reason why. This is why they did what they did, because they had their own version coming, or they wanted to copy it and then produce their own version. But we could definitely be seeing an HD version. You know, there's been lots of rumors and leaks about it in the past, and lots of people talking about it and speculating it, and with lots of people thinking that Smash Bros. Ultimate is going to be the final Smash Bros. Game, it very well likely could happen. Well, final Smash Bros. Game for a while. You know, what do we do after Ultimate? Well, you make a remake of Melee, and I think that's exactly the route that they're going to go, and we're just gonna have to wait and see if that's the case. To me, it's just not a smart move from Nintendo regardless, especially after the year that we're having. People are trying to be creative, find cool, nice, you know, safe ways for us to be able to play our favorite games online and compete with each other, and Nintendo's just shutting it down. I don't understand it. I don't get it, and especially after the year that Nintendo has had, if you ask me, it hasn't been that great. There's only been a handful of, you know, decent games that's released this year, and really one huge game of Animal Crossing. I just don't know what Nintendo's plans are. Like, you know, they're not announcing anything. They haven't really showed us much of 2021 at all. Can't we have something, especially in the midst of the pandemic, you know? And it's just kind of scummy to me. I understand why the hashtag is trending. I understand why people are mad, and it is kind of frustrating. But at the end of the day, it's Nintendo. They're gonna do this stuff, and it's just gotta, at this point, you gotta kind of expect it, you know? And I hate to say that because it's not our faults at all, but you do have to kind of just expect it. Nintendo is gonna crack down. They crack down on everything. There was that big time where they didn't want you using their own Nintendo music in videos. So, you know, clearly, you know, Nintendo, they are completely consumer, you know, non-consumer friendly, and the only thing that they have ever done consumer friendly wise is finally let us use their music without getting it copyrighted on YouTube videos. But yeah, this is the sad truth of Nintendo and Smash Brothers, and it's only going to be like this, you know, probably for the rest of our lives, and we're just going to have to put up with what Nintendo does, and we never know their reasoning unless they, you know, like I said, create another game and, you know, bring Melee to the Switch, but we're just going to have to wait and see exactly what their plans are. Yes, I'm always curious to hear what you guys have to say in the comments down below, so let me know your opinions down there, but also before you go, after we have just officially went through Thanksgiving, to me, we're officially in Christmas season, so while you're at it, if you want to just study or get stuff work done, whatever you have to get done, and have some Christmas music playing in the background, feel free to check out my Christmas playlist where I completely went through like every Nintendo game and some even third-party games and got Christmas music and winter stage music from all of them, and you can check that out in the card above and just have that playing in the background. Check it out, it's pretty cool. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed the video, like it, subscribe if you guys are new, and I will catch you guys all on the next one. See you guys.